All right, what's up, guys? Dr. Matt here of the Rhody Strength Podcast. We got two great guests on today, Sam and Matt.
Yes, sir.
We are in South Carolina. We're in Charleston.
We're here.
Just finished
At our beautiful Airbnb.
Yeah,
In the nicest part of North Charleston.
the nicest part of North Charleston. We just finished Fittest on the Coast. Tim and I coached or helped basically support these guys.
Okay.
And we're enjoying some Miller Lights post-comp celebration.
Yes, sir.
But so we just wanted to give a quick recap on how the overall comp went. And I guess maybe let's get some initial thoughts right off the bat.
Right off the bat, it was a really cool experience. First time for both of us. Definitely challenging. You know, it kind of puts things in perspective in terms of competing. Humbles you.
Mm-hmm.
But we were in RX men's division, and you know, I felt like we had pretty good competition all the way across the board. Yeah, extremely tired.
I don't know, just good like getting competition experience, especially if I'm going to be trying to be more competitive in the CrossFit world.
Sure.
Definitely good to get that experience in a competition. Haven't competed in anything in forever, so I think that kind of played a role. Just like couldn't really eat much. Like I think I just had a little butterfly action. What are you looking at?
Are those Fittest of the Coast socks?
No, they're not.
Sorry.
They're regular stand stocks.
Damn, you cut me off. I'm like,
Well, that's why I was going to be quiet.
but other than that, I thought that we did solid.
Yeah.
Definitely a good takeaway. Just kind of seeing where our fitness is at. I don't think it's the truest test of where our fitness is at. It being a team comp, there's definitely you can't really program as well for fitness for a team comp as you can for individual. In my opinion, nothing against how they program the comp or anything, but a lot of those team workouts are more so just like interval style.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of red line, sit out, your partner red lines, like, but definitely a valuable experience.
Yeah, because there's certain things you can program for individually.
Yeah, that
really
you can kind of get that
for your
test.
partner.
Yeah, you can really kind of hone in on a test where this is kind of just pretty much straight up fucking power output. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do think you guys complement each other really well, though.
I think so
As far as
too.
like your overall fitness, your proficiency with movements, you worked well as a team.
I think so
Good
too.
communication on the floor, even when you both were exhausted. You're like, all right, I get 3 on this one, you get 1 on that
Yeah.
one, or like vice versa. Like you guys worked well as a team.
Yeah.
11th place overall in the RX division
Yeah.
out of 20.
20.
So middle of the pack for RX,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
First comp, really good, and a lot of like really good athletes out there.
I think-
This is an up and coming like big comp. Every year it gets bigger and bigger.
I think the athlete distribution in the RX division, there is definitely some haves and have-nots on either end of the spectrum.
Sure.
And then I think probably the top 5 or so teams were definitely just a head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah, same.
Like those top 3 teams, I think were. I mean, I don't think any of those top 2 teams finished outside the top 3 in any event. So like,
yeah.
they themselves were pretty much just competing for who's gonna take what spot on the podium. And I think just for us, it was more so just like kind of just go out there, fucking leave it out there on the floor and like figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, find out where we
Yeah,
land.
just find a baseline of what we're even trying to do. Here,
Exactly.
You know?
And then like, just in terms of placement in the competition, just kind of almost just seeing where the chips fall at the end of the day, right? Like, especially after the second workout, that first workout today. Yeah, like it's almost just like, all right, like we sucked it up, like we shit the bed on that workout, so just gotta like fucking go hard the next two, and like, and then just see where everything shakes out, and like.
The first workout last night was honestly like it was awesome. That was our best.
That was a
workout
fucking
yet.
sick workout.
Let's talk about that workout.
That was a sick workout. That's a hell of a way to start a comp.
So
to be
the
honest.
black spot
Yep.
was the name of the workout. So part 1 was 4 max weight. You have 5 minutes. Each partner needs to find 1 RM of the following complex: deadlift, clean, hang clean, front squat.
Yep.
How do you guys do that?
Good. I finished at 305, which was awesome. Felt really good there. I thought anything over 300 I'd be happy with. We got a little ahead of ourselves on the plane. We were like, dude, you gotta hit 315, man.
Well,
Hey,
I
not
think
far off, not
I
far
think
off.
Yeah.
I think you would have hit 315. The warm-up area was less than optimal for that event.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Could've been-
I'm
could've
gonna
been
call
better.
out Fittest the coach right now. The warm-up area was awful for everybody. There
Like,
was not
we
enough
had-
room for the whole heat to go and warm up.
Yeah.
Which, yes, it's a very new event, but it's something they can,
If they want to
can
be a
improve in the
legitimate
future.
competition, that's something they definitely need to improve.
And I
on,
think
is
they
having
will
an
be.
actual
I,
warm-up
Yes.
area.
I think it was a
Yes.
very well run competition for being in its 4th year. I mean, they had media, they had just people standing by just to answer questions, and the volunteers were
I
amazing.
think it was well run. Yeah, well run.
very
Yeah,
well.
I
think the
would
only
say that's
time they
the
were off
only
schedule
bad
was
thing.
that last workout.
Yeah, they were very much on.
We were on time every
which is
time,
good.
which is
Yeah.
really good. So that warm up area, there was
Not that would have changed much.
no. I think
But just
no.
just
The
some
warm area for the
constructive
first.
feedback.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
first workout because there was, I think, 1 or 2 guy barbells back there. Everything else is a chick barbell. So we did half our warm up lifts on a chick barbell. Like
Yeah, like
that's
the
kind of
entire-
that's a grippy complex,
Yeah,
and you have something that feels like a fucking pencil in your hands.
right.
It
Yeah.
definitely changes the game. And then when a guy barbell finally opened up, there was like 8 of us taking turns on it. My goal was to warm up to like 265 or something in the warm up area and open up at 275. Did not get a chance to come close to that, so had to open with 255 for the workout. So plans got a little shifted there. You were gonna plan on opening at 295.
Which I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. Well, obviously we didn't get
Wait, did I?
no. You opened 275.
You 275, I think. Yeah.
But I think if we had
think so.
the space
I
to
did
warm
that
up.
3 times.
No.
Did you do that 3 times?
What?
I just went 275 right to 305.
No, you had 275, 295, 305.
I hit 295.
I think you did. Yeah, I think you did.
It is.
And then you put the
Bro,
5.
you tweaking, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so that's the other thing.
You were blacked out.
The adrenaline was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't
I think
remember anything.
That's a hell of a workout
Yeah.
because that does get the adrenaline right. Everyone's fucking
Yeah.
fired up to hit a big
First one
lift.
too.
First one.
Hit a
heavy
big
lifts.
lift. First work of the competition. Like it's a dick swing contest.
It is.
To start a comp like that. Because you look at everyone around there and say who can fucking lift the heaviest weight.
And
Like,
so you guys came in 8th on part 1 for the heavy lift, which is good. That's better than your overall placement. So you
Yeah.
strode,
I was happy with how we did there. I think.
No. Tied for 7th
Tied for 7th.
on the complex.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
7th.
I thought that was a good workout for us. I think we're both very proficient at Olympic lifting. And then I was just happy my goal is to end at 295. I missed the hang clean, but 295 is the heaviest I've cleaned since busting my knee up. So
And it felt good.
it felt really good. I didn't feel any pain catching in the bottom, especially on the hang clean. I kind of got buried. I almost stood it up. I think I just need some front squat work.
So that was your best event overall. Was the heavy bar?
Yeah,
which says a lot
because we're the smallest team
you were
there.
pound for pound, you were definitely the lightest team there.
Easily.
So for that to be your best event,
What
that's
are we,
pretty impressive.
375 combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To these other guys that were like over 4
Everyone-
bills.
Everyone was 2+.
There's some big guys.
Everyone besides me was around 2 bills.
Yeah.
I was by far the lightest dude out there.
So let's talk about part 2. So max reps from minute 6, so going right into it, 6 to 11
Yeah,
AMRAP.
you had a minute to change the plates.
You got 30 hang cleans at 185, 20 shoulder to overhead, 185, 10 overhead squats, 185.
That's in our wheelhouse. I thought we did well at that.
I think we're both, especially with those movements, very good at barbell cycling. That, me and Sam, I think, are both very good at cycling. The hang cleans, we're both good squatters, I think. So the overhead squat isn't really a problem. I've had some issues lately because my wrist has been bothering me. So the overhead squat, I was a little nervous about. I didn't really warm up my snatch too much in the warm up area. So I was a little nervous on how that 185 was going to feel snatching it into the overhead squat. But I think the crowd and everything had good adrenaline rush, and was able to just get under it really, really easy. Do my reps, and then I think I'm very good at shouldering, at cycling through the shoulder to overhead. So that was something we definitely talked about in our strategy. Was Sam's a little stronger than me on the squat, especially with like my sketchiness with the wrist and like sometimes like getting under that barbell trying to rush into overhead squats. Sam was gonna take more of the overhead squats, and I was gonna take more of the shoulder to overhead. I think we ended up pretty much just splitting it 50-50.
we were splitting it,
yeah. We were both feeling good. I thought we did really well there.
Yeah.
I thought we did really well on
You
that.
guys you finished well on that one.
Yeah, I thought we did very well there.
So those are your best 2 events. Was your first event. And then part 3, they don't have that listed. What was that?
Are you sure?
It was a
It's not listed on the
200-foot
website.
handstand walk.
Oh, 200-foot handstand sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, not a walk.
It was a
It
sprint.
was a sprint.
Just as fast as you can.
Yeah.
200 feet
I
of
think
chest
it
and
might have been a 3-minute cap on it.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's move on to the next
All right.
workout, which was shipworm. This is the next morning.
Yep.
I want to start with this.
Okay,
I
go
wanna start with
get after it, Sam.
So shipworm was
Here, come close to the thing.
Shipworm
Hey,
was
my boy.
40 calories on the ski erg, 20, and then it was 20 thrusters, warm thrusters, 20 synchro burpees, 40 toes to bar, 20 synchro burpees, 20 warm thrusters, 40 calories on the ski erg. This was hands down the most humbling workout I've ever been a part of. One, because the toe to bar volume, I mean, it sucks to say, but like 40 toes to bar just murdered me, murdered us. And then on the thruster, Matt's trap was just like blowing up, so like he was barely getting the worm over his head.
It wasn't so much the pressing, it was more so like my trap's been bothering me for fucking God knows how long now. But it wasn't so much the pressing overhead, it was just like it coming down and just like onto my trap. It was like it's like when you do the pressure points up.
Yeah.
It's just that, but like with fucking 150 pounds or whatever,
Just not,
just slamming down and like not trying to release tension, like just banging
Just
down on my
smashing
trap.
it, yeah.
And so like that second time around, and like
It was humbling. It was
the
very
second time around, like I wasn't fatigued or anything. Like I was like, yo, we gotta stop at 10. Like I'm on fucking fire right now. Like I'm hurting.
I felt really, really good through that workout until we got to the bar. The bar was probably at like, I don't know, like 6.5 feet.
Yeah.
Almost 7 feet maybe.
Tall jump.
And I was really jumping.
Bro, that's like a 9-foot hoop right there.
I was really jumping to get onto it,
Yeah.
which you know we use the bar that's like, you know, gets me like 3 inches off the
Yeah,
floor
yeah.
at our gym, so I'm
Yeah.
just so used to just quick on and off.
Yeah.
And that was different, but like, you know, you can adapt to that, but the toe to bar volume definitely was very humbling.
Not so much
because
the
that's-
volume, just how dense it is. You got to do that 40 in like 90 seconds. Like
Well, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
The work of 40 that quickly.
yeah, like yeah,
Yeah,
40
I mean,
that
I can
quickly
do 40
is tough.
toes to the bar,
Yeah,
but you know, in a minute,
Yeah.
it's very hard.
yeah, like
Yes.
when you gotta fucking fly through 40 toes.
And your
right?
heart
That's-
rate is
It's a lot different than doing
170.
4 sets of
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
So that was definitely because I remember like being on the bar and being like, oh my god, I'm starting to fail.
Yeah,
And that's when we did you know, singles for the last 5 reps,
yeah.
and I was like, damn, like we're doing singles and these guys are on thrusters.
Yeah.
And that was like very eye-opening to me to be like, okay, like even when we get tired, nobody fucking cares and nobody's stopping.
Yeah.
They do not care.
Doesn't matter.
Do not care. So that was one of those things like, yeah, okay, like gymnastics volume is huge. And I don't know. And it's like one of those things like you just open up on the skier, so your heart rate's through the roof and you just gotta do the whole workout with your heart rate through the roof.
The hell was that?
Not sure.
The house just shook. T, you good?
Tim?
You just have to
You fell off the bunk bench. Jesus.
You alright, bro?
Just fell off the bunk
Are
bed.
you alright?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Yeah.
Hop on now.
Live.
Hop on now.
You got an extra mic?
Yeah.
Hop on now.
Oh, this is my.
Hop on, Ed.
This headset is presented to you by HubSpot. What are we talking about?
This
We're on-
Coach Tim Ferraro.
We're hitting the, try to see if you can face the camera if possible.
Nah, that cord ain't long enough.
But you're good.
We
You're
get
good
the back.
if you can't.
Can I drink on here?
Yeah. So we're talking about the workouts.
Cheers, boys.
We already went over. We already went over black spot. We just talked about shipworm. Should we move on to barracuda?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move on to that.
Remind me what
That was the assault bike and snatches.
So barracuda 30 echo bike,
Yeah.
which is important. 15 snatch
Asterisk
at
60.
135. 6-minute cap.
I'm really upset with this workout. I felt like I left a little in the tank, which is really upsetting. Just because it was the short sprinty workout with a barbell, and that's something
That's
that
like, yeah,
I
that's
really
you.
take pride in being good at. I wish I went a little harder on the touch and go, maybe on the barbell, maybe a little harder on the bike. Probably should have listened to Coach Tim on that one.
Damn.
I'm out.
Damn.
But like I said, it's an experience, and I know for next time, which is cool. But it's like one of those workouts. It's like, okay, know the stimulus, know your limit, right? I clearly didn't know my limit because I was just being a little more conservative than I should have been. I was probably around like 90% when I really could have been at 100.
Yeah.
Just totally redlining, cross the line, and then I'll feel bad, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like I definitely left a little bit in the tank. Like maybe could have started touching going around like rep 8 and just hit a set of 7. I really going back to that, I really think I could have done that. And definitely gone harder on the bike. I was taking it way too easy on the bike. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. And the echo bike is like, I feel like something that you have to practice that almost.
The echo bike
in order
is
to know.
It's
completely
very
different.
Very
Yeah.
different.
So the echo bike is driven differently than the assault bike. You don't get any of those rollover calories. I think it also maybe just because we don't really have an echo bike, so like we're not on it a lot. But I also feel it's a little bit harder to get it going, like to
really ramp it up.
to hold the same wattage. I think it's a little bit harder just because it's a little bigger. So I think
sturdy.
the handles and the pedals a little heavier. So like not that that's like a major thing, but I think your wattage is probably down 150 watts. So I think it's just harder. It's just harder than the assault bike. Definitely a different stimulus. But I think that workout I went to that knowing you got to go hard on that bike. But you can't just shoot yourself. You can lose that workout on the bike though if you fucking go way too hard. You get off that bike and you have to stare at that barbell.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
You were super conservative on the bike.
Yes, that's kind of what I was afraid of, and looking back, I was a little too conservative. Which
I think
which
that's
is
more
upsetting.
practice than that kind of workout though. I feel we don't really practice that workout a lot. So like,
Dude, because I walked
'Cause
right
we're
over
both-
to you guys, and I was like, I feel fine.
yeah.
I'm not hurting as much as I should be.
And we're both fairly good at those types of workouts, I think. So like we don't get a lot of practice on it.
Well,
That
well,
6-minute
again,
time
like
cap,
Yeah.
again,
that France style.
coming through this event and just realizing who the top dogs are and where we compare to them, just allows us to understand in training, like, okay, like this is a stimulus. If we're planning to do it in, this time domain, okay,
Then
shave a minute and a half
'cause
off, and that's where it should be.
That's where it should be, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's
I think-
a great learning experience.
But my point here is that I think we need to do maybe a little more of that style of Metcon to like, because you don't want to go like 100% on that bike. You don't want to like kill yourself on that bike, do a 30 calories max for time,
Because you still have
and
those
then you're
snatches
fucking
to do.
smoked and you have to do 15 snatches. You want to go really hard on that bike so that when you get off that bike, those like couple steps over the snatches, you're like, oh fuck,
That's your recovery.
I'm hurting, but like take a couple deep breaths and then you just pick up that barbell and go.
Yeah.
And even if that's
Like,
a
if
couple
you look
singles to start or whatever it is, just to
ahead.
settle your heart rate back down.
Sam?
I personally think differently. I think that workout at an elite level is empty the tank on the bike and then move the barbell and you're done.
But it's not a true empty the tank on the 30 calories.
I mean, that workout though is so short at an elite level. Like Like
It's
we
about
saw the
similar.
Misfits guys.
It's
So
a-
when on the bike
We
they
were
were
able
doing,
to watch, yeah.
they did their 30 cals in 36 seconds.
Yeah.
And then they were moving the bar up untouched to 13, and then he did 2 singles, and he was good done.
So I think
they're
that,
also just way fitter than us, and
Yeah.
that's
Well, that's my point.
That's
It's like
what should.
we need to practice that to
Yeah.
that standard.
I think what's like most prominent about a workout like that is just like how much force and power.
Exactly.
What is force?
Those
and
guys
power
were
divided-
big, too.
Power times time. What is it?
Work.
work.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like when you're looking at a workout like that,
Just power output.
it's literally just power output. So it's just like it's not. You don't necessarily have to kill yourself on the bike.
But you got to be moving on the bike.
Yeah, but also too, it's just those guys are a lot
Bigger, stronger. Yeah, like
So their power
output's high.
They're I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the wattage on an Echo bike, but if that was on an assault bike, their what is it, RPM or whatever it is, was at minimum 90, 95, 92. Exactly, and like when you're doing a workout like that, it's like you have to have workouts programmed where you can do a 30 and 15 cal bike snatch, but have a thought in your head where, okay, for this workout, my goal is to, yes, finish, but my number one goal in this workout is to push over 85 RPMs.
Yeah.
My goal is to do this workout at 1600 calories, whatever it is in a row. You know what I mean? So you have to do stuff, you have to do workouts like that because you just grinding your dick into the ground, excuse my language, and doing stuff like that, time over time, workout after workout, it's not going to make you any better because you're not understanding how it's working. You have to be able to say, okay, this is the wattage and the power output that I need to put into this workout, and this is what I need to practice. And then you have workouts where it's like, what if that workout was like 3 rounds, 30 and 15? It's like, okay, let's push like a 75. Right? And so when you're looking at a workout like that, it's very much like, this is the power output that I have practiced. I have practiced this percentage of my fitness capacity. I have practiced this RPM, this wattage. I know I can hold this. I know what I need to do. And then on the barbell, it's just like, I said this to you guys for the workout, like you just have to suck it up.
Yeah.
Like you have to, that's a workout where you have
just
to
get to the
like,
barbell and go.
this is gonna suck. If I, like, with me looking, I don't mean to talk too much because it's your competition. But like, when I look at a workout like that, in my head, I'm just like, I don't give a shit what I feel like when I'm done. I'm going to make this hurt as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
You have to.
you have to. So it's like I understand what you're saying. Like go hard on the bike. For me, it's just like fuck that. I'm gonna black out on the bike and then I'm gonna
And you're gonna black out on the
and I'm gonna
bike.
suck it up.
Yeah.
Like that. It's
That's-
6
yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of my whole point. Is like, there's really no more strategy. Like obviously, yes, the numbers are very important in training,
But yeah, it's not.
but
super
you know you have that in your head. But like
it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
when you start that workout at an event, it's like
Just go.
you're either dead on the floor,
Yeah, exactly.
or you are just getting across the finish line.
But for example, like the guy, the big flag tattoo, like when he finished the workout, he literally stood on his knees for a second. Was like, whew. But it's also because he's very much like
His capacity is huge.
His capacity is huge, and I bet he's practiced workouts where he's just like grinding into the ground.
Fucking.
But also too, he's looking at the bike and he's like, okay, I'm right where I need to be.
And he's a big body.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to him. That's why he came in second
And I
place.
think-
He killed it.
I think at least for me, what I take away from that workout is just the power output isn't there on the machines for me. Like just not there.
I mean, you're
Personally?
you're
Personally,
40 pounds less than
Like,
the
yeah.
average athlete.
And
that guy was probably like a buck. Not a buck. Probably like
$2.
no, like 230.
You know what I'm saying? $2.30.
minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough being 175. Like even if I could fucking put everything I have in that bike, and I'm probably still not touching like his 80%. He's
He's
not
so
only that he's way fitter than me, but like he's also just
gravity.
way bigger than me,
Pedals.
and like
Yes.
Like
he's just putting
like
more in that
Chris
bike.
is gonna smoke the bike.
Yeah,
Just because
like,
he's huge.
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Big dude, smoke
big
bike.
dude, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally.
I disagree. We can talk about that another time.
I mean, check out the 50 cal road challenge.
No, for sure.
The guys that
but, like,
crush it are the big dudes.
Understood, but I disagree. But we can
Okay.
talk about that later.
Alright, last workout.
You know what? No, I'm just kidding.
Dish it out.
Coach,
Hoist the colors.
can you grab me a Miller Lite?
Yeah, sure.
This last one?
Well, let me do a quick recap. So you guys did struggle a little bit comparatively on those last 2 workouts, Shipworm and Barracuda, which I think you guys kind of knew that.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
16th
away.
and 17th.
Yes.
Your best workouts so far were the black spot.
Butter and no light.
Part 1, 2, and 3. The last one you guys did well. Typical bachelor pad for the weekend. Butter and Miller Lite. Alright, so hoist the colors. The last workout.
Miserable.
And like what you said, Sam, the hardest of the workouts. So let's talk about it. So it was 4-time, 160 double dumbbell front rack walking lunge, 70 pounds.
That was a good crack.
80 dumbbell deadlifts, 70 pounds. 10 rope climbs, 60 dumbbell deadlifts, 6 rope climbs, 40 dumbbell deadlifts, 4 rope climbs, and then 160 foot double dumbbell front walk.
Coming back was fun.
15 minute time cap.
Yeah, it was aggressive cap, I think.
It was a very aggressive cap. Photo finish for you guys.
Not quite.
I mean, pretty much.
I mean, if you call me collapsing across the finish line a photo finish.
And well, I mean, like you guys finished within the last few seconds.
We had 15 seconds to spare. Cut us some slack.
I think it was less than that.
13. Cut us some slack. Rounds up.
That was the darkest hole I've ever been in. Which again just adds more and more to my experience as a competitor.
Yeah.
That was like on Barracuda, I didn't go hard enough, and this one I was very upset from that earlier in the day,
Yes.
and I was like, it's the last event. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Give it everything I have, and
I think we both did that.
that last stretch of lunges for me to finish us off was daunting.
You were hurting on those.
Yeah.
Like,
But I just kept thinking in my head, I'm like, I can't stop, and I can't put the dumbbells down. If I put the dumbbells down, probably won't finish.
yeah.
And what a terrible way to end the weekend.
Probably won't be friends with you.
Well, that's but like, and personally, I was like, dude, if I put him down, man, like, who really am I as a person? Like,
Wow. Deep.
I mean, seriously, but
Yeah.
seriously,
Jeez.
I mean, dude, but we talk about
suicidal.
Tim, your friends who are the SEALs,
Fuck you.
right? And they go and they find that 40%,
Yeah.
right? And then they just go way past,
Mhm.
and then they're comfortable with that, like,
Mhm.
you know,
That you can fix that in training.
Yeah, that's my
100%. But in the moment, I was like,
for sure.
I was like, dude, you know, I'm not letting go of these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna collapse before I
Yeah.
drop the dumbbells.
Side note, that they called like 40 seconds or 30 seconds, whatever they called on the clock left for the time cap, and you were like halfway back.
Yeah.
And I just looked at the clock, and it seemed like there was like 30 seconds going by, and I'd like look back, and you were like mid-step. It looked like you were never gonna finish. I don't know why. I think time slowed.
Dude.
I must have got like so much anxiety or something. Like I looked at the clock and they're like 30 seconds. You were like
You had anxiety.
You were like stepping in slow motion. You were like stepping in slow motion because I had anxiety because I had nothing I could do about it. Right? Like I'm standing there, and like it looked like every step you took was like 10 seconds were coming off the clock. And I just kept looking. I like looked at you. You took a step. Looked at the clock. I was like, oh my god.
It really took every ounce of me to finish.
Yeah, when I was watching those last few reps, I'm like, Sam is either gonna fail this rep, but he's not gonna put the dumbbells down. You weren't gonna drop them, in other words. You were not dropping those dumbbells.
No.
You're either gonna fail it or you're gonna keep going.
Like I was going and
Yeah.
and I knew my movement, just lunge and stand up, and I was like, if my glutes give out,
you're going down. Oh well. Yeah.
they give out, they give out.
Yeah.
You know.
So all right, so that was the last. Let's talk rope climbs real quick on that, because we talked lunges, deadlifts, rope climbs. Matt, you went nuts.
Let me take
Yeah.
this one. Let me take this one. We talked a lot about me struggling.
Yeah.
Matt completely carried us through that workout. I mean, he's probably the best rope climber in that heat.
Yeah.
For sure.
But at the same time, we had this plan to go, 2s on the first 10 and whatever all the way through, and then we got to like 8.
We got to 8,
and then you just started.
Yeah, you finished your 2. We were gonna go 1-1 just to like save ourselves for the back half of the workout. And you were just you came back and you were like, you did not.
Bro,
when you were there.
When you were standing, you had your back to me. I don't think you heard me, but I was like, "How many more do you have?" And you're like, 4. I was like, "Okay, do all 4."
Did you hear him say that?
Was that the last set of the 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, do all 4."
Yeah. No,
and
I heard
then
it.
you did
I did 3 because
3, and then I just strict.
Just because I wanted to like catch my breath before that last.
I was nervous. I was like, I'm gonna fall.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dr. Matt here. We did run into some technical difficulties towards the end of that podcast. Unfortunately, the computer ran out of space, so we did get cut off. Fortunately, we were able to review each of the workouts from Fittest of the Coast. We just didn't really have a proper wrap up, so we didn't really miss out on too much. A little bit better than actually I predicted. So happy to have that full podcast up. Also, be on the lookout for the Game Day RX podcast. Will be dropping very soon, which will be going over a little bit more of some recap from Matt, Coach Jeff, and then get into a little bit of open preview and some CrossFit local events and things coming up. So if you like the episode, definitely check that one out. And thank you guys for listening. All right, we are signing off.